Hello guys, today we're talking about Pokemon. But it'll be a very special video for Pokemon. No, it will not be talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield. Most people think Pokemon are all cute like Pikachu. But this is further from the truth. Now all Pokemon are cute like Pikachu and Eevee and various other Pokemon that are cute. There are some Pokemon that are absolutely scary and would be very dangerous in real life. We'll be going over 10 Pokemon in no particular order. 10 scary Pokemon that you wouldn't want in real life. Or 10 Pokemon that would. Number 10 is Ninetales. Ninetales won't be that scary. It's just a fox. Well, so you thought. If you look at Ninetales Pokédex entries are down here. Ninetales can take control of a foe's mind. It can take control of a foe's mind. I don't know why it's not psychic type. But then here's one. Very smart and very vengeful. Grabbing over his tails could result in a 1,000-year curse. That is your whole life now, being cursed by Ninetales. Again, a 1,000-year curse. And if reincarnation exists in the Pokemon universe, all of you and your reincarnations will be cursed for 1,000 years. Some Pokemon are very scary, but being cursed is very scary as well. Number 9. So, sewage is pretty bad, okay? Pollution is pretty bad. How about a Pokemon that's a giant pile of pollution, muck, and to another extent, garbodor? These Pokemon are practically made out of garbage and pollution. Of course, these Pokemon were probably created by us for our pollution. And Muxpy gives a foul stance as one of these Pokemon drops by who can make a pool stagnant and rancid. It instantly kills trees and plants in contact. Mux contains toxic elements and any plant will wilt when it passes by. And this Pokemon is going to be a reminder of and a similar Pokemon, but then it gets worse. A similar Pokemon was introduced in Gen 5. Of course, if you're Gen 1er, if you haven't progressed beyond Gen 1, you'll know that there was a Pokemon called Garbodor that is practically very similar. It is basically trash. Muck is pollution, and Garbodor is trash. I don't think Garbodor is a bad design Pokemon. It's supposed to be trash. It's supposed to be ugly because it's, trash. Okay? But Garbodor is another Pokemon that has similar entries here, consuming garbage, but at least it doesn't have plants instantly in there. Instantly. But it does have poisonous liquid and you'll basically die if you get toxinated by this creature. Another Pokemon that was created by us. Number 8. Now we're going into the spooky ghost Pokemon. First is Gengar. The entire Gaxby line is spooky in itself, but Gengar is the most spooky of them. First of all, it is the saddle Pokemon. And saddles are scary, especially a Pokemon that hides in the saddles. Well, here's some of these Pokédex entries. It steals heat from surrounding. If you feel thunder until it is certain that Gengar appeals. It strips the life of its target. It strips the prey saddle and silently waits for an opportunity. Hiding people's at night makes people scared. Pretending to be a saddle, it said to merge and steal the lives of those who become lost in mountains. And so these are just like biology, It steals heat, but going into the mountains, I guess, is not that. I guess it's very scary. But Gengar isn't the only one that attacks people in the mountains. Frostlass does as well. Of course, Frostlass was introduced in Generation 4 as another evolution to Snorunt. And if you're thinking of, well, Frostlass will go after you as well. You're not safe in the mountains. Gengar is not the only ghost type that'll go after you. But then, when you see here, where it finds humans or Pokemon it likes, it freezes them into its chilly den, they become decorations. So basically, Frostlass is like the prettier version of Jabba the Hutt freezing people, like how Jabba the Hutt both Hanzo and Carbonite. But instead, it will be you being frozen by Frostlass. So both of these Pokemon steal from people, for people and, ice. And Gengar also steals heat and makes it even colder. And also Gengar is pretty scary. I won't be surprised if Gengar does even worse stuff. Number 7. Ariados. If you are scared of spiders, you'll be scared of Ariados. Get how big Ariados is. It is it's a meter tall spider. And it weighs almost 80 pounds. Okay? Of course, its Pokédex entries are not really that scary. It just talks about how it lives, okay? It isn't really that scary if you look at its Pokédex entries, but just think about it. It's a giant spider. And basically all of you are just a normal spider. It just acts like a normal spider. But think about it. You're in your house at night, and you are about to go to bed, but you see a 3-foot spider. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that either. Number 6. Another Pokemon that seemed, innocent enough. Another Pokemon that is pretty scary is Sedinza. Do not look at its back. Sedinza is already a pretty bad Pokemon in competitive play, as it only has 1 HP. And of course, fire types can easily own this Pokemon. But Sedinza's hard body not moves at all, but in fact it feels is Amelia Howell's shell. It is believed that the Pokemon will steal the spirit of anyone peeling into its hollow body from the back. Yes, it's basically the same thing in every Pokédex entry. It will steal the spirit of anyone peeling into its hollow body. Yeah, this is another reason why. So any Pokemon trainer that uses this Pokemon will have the spirit stolen from them. Dark. Number 5. The newer generation of Pokemon have some pretty creepy and scary Pokemon. Pokemon that you wouldn't want to mess with. We already had foxes that put curses on you, gigantic spiders, and ghosts that steal your souls in the mountains. Well, now we have another one. Number 5. Power Sand and Sandygast. These two are some of the most developed Pokemon in history. In recent history. If you look at Power Sand, it's just a sandcastle. What's so scary about a sandcastle? It's just a freaking sandcastle. Well, possessed people controlled by this Pokemon transform a sand mound into a castle. As it evolved, it has power to curse grow even stronger. Buried beneath the castle are masses of dried up bones from Pokemon vitality it has drains. Each of its grains of sand has its own will. Power Sand eats strong Pokemon siphons away the vital essence while it's still alive. Or it has with the and there's even a picture they put on the website of Power Sand even eating a Pokemon. There's also another really creepy Pokemon as well that does a similar thing, and that's Gorbis. Well, there's a Pokédex entry for Gorbis that, most people would think Gorbis is a pretty Pokemon. But you get its Pokédex entry in one of its games. It sucks the body fluids out of its prey. The leftover meat sinks to the sink floor or becomes food for other Pokemon. I get this Pokemon probably has to find a way to live. But this is a Pokemon supposed to be a kid's game. Even Emerald, they have been saying this. So it has been going on for a while. Number 4. If you want to look at an entire line of Pokemon that are pretty scary, we have no. If you number 4, the Sandalwood line. All of these Pokemon have pretty creepy Pokédex entries. You would think it's just a candle. It's freaking candle. Well, Wizard Santa absorbs the life energy of people in Pokemon. It's just trying to survive. It loses the life force of any who follow it. Wizard Santa's right that absorbs the life energy, but then these Pokemon get even weirder and weirder. Next is Rapin's Pokédex entries, which continue the same trend here as well. The ominous Pokemon is feared and wanders in searching for spirits, and absorbs spirits. So basically, after you die, you have to avoid Rampant. Then it's Sandalwood. Okay, it gets worse from here. It absorbs the spirit which it burns by waving the flames out its arm. It puts its foes to his hypnotic friend, burns up the spirit, leaving the body behind. So yeah, if you want to, you have to avoid this Pokemon, okay? If you don't want your spirit being taken over by a freaking floating sandy wheel, I'll just recommend avoiding this Pokemon altogether. Number 3, Hypno, both Hypno and Drifloon. What do these two Pokemon have in common, you may ask? Well, Hypno and, you know, it lets put humans to sleep so it can see silent dreams. Well, there was once the instance where it took away a child it hypnotized. Yes. And then there's Drifloon. But all the way in Zen 4, another Pokemon was introduced called Drifloon. Drifloon might look like a cute Pokemon at first, but I had a Drifloon plus as well. But once I read this Pokédex entry, I had to get rid of this Drifloon plus immediately because it might kidnap people. Well, it is whispered that a child that mistakes Drifloon for a balloon and holds on to it could wind up missing. Oh, it could be it. But here it is. And then Sun tells the real reason why. Stories it goes that grabs the hands of small children and drags them away into the afterlife. It dislikes heavy children. So, basically, it steals people into the afterlife. Good job, Game Freak. You just made a monster of a balloon. Number 2, Houndoom. Why is Houndoom all the way at number 2? Well, how about a Pokemon? Houndoom is already based off a pretty scary animal, a hellhound. Well, it gets even worse. How about a Pokemon that if it burns you, the pain never goes away? So, burn pain, I had it before, and it's just absolutely painful. Well, if you're burned by this Pokemon, the pain will never go away. Wow. That's like bad. If they cause burn, it will hurt forever. Its long eerie howls as be the call of the Grim Reaper. So overall, just avoid this Pokemon. Okay, people feel it because they don't want to be burned as well. Because if you get burned by this thing, expect that pain to go on forever. And the number 1 scariest Pokemon, the Pokemon you want to avoid the most. What is this Pokemon, you may ask? Well, how about a Pokemon that wants to get revenge on you? It's actually a pretty sad Pokédex entry, and that's Banette. So, Banette is a pretty scary Pokemon. Let's look at it. Okay, let's look at it. But, you can't even. So, it's kind of like Toy Story 3. What? Banette's probably friends of Watto from Toy Story 3. I won't be surprised if Watso even took inspiration from Bayonet. Bayonet generates energy by staying one curse, so like it's a voodoo doll. Oh, who cares? But then the Pokemon was a pitfall plus doll that was thrown away. Curse energy made from discarded and forgotten Puzzle gave you a new life as Bayonet. Pokemon energy would escape if it would never open its mouth. Ever open its mouth. So, if you've seen Toy Story 3, you'll know that Watso is a bear that wants to get revenge on, kids and humans. Because Watso was a bear that wanted to be best played with, and of course, he was thrown away and forgotten. And of course, like Watso, he holds a grudge, seeks a child that disowned it. So, if you throw away your doll in the Pokemon universe, expect it. If you throw away your teddy bear in the Pokemon universe, or a doll, expect it to come back at you and try to basically, kill you. So, these are 10 scary Pokemon you would want to come around with. There are many more Pokemon that are scary. Of course, I only covered a bit of them. There are many more scary ghost Pokemon. There's the Gengar line. There is, Duskull and Dusclops. There's Gardevoir. Yes, Gardevoir is actually scary. Yveltal. There is Primeape. Yes, Primeape has a pretty scary one. It has to involve death. Um, and of course, many more scary Pokemon. And many more Pokemon you wouldn't be expecting to be scary or dangerous. So, these are 10 Pokemon that are pretty scary, and you wouldn't want to encounter in real life. Goodbye.